Hey there, guys. You're watching the Be a Hero Gaming channel, where we talk about games and how you can be a hero in your real lives. Today, we usually talk about a lot about games and a little about being a hero. Today, we're not going to really talk about games at all, but maybe a little bit. But mostly going to be talking about being a hero. On our table here, I haven't been able to do very many card videos because we have this game set up on our table here. You're looking at Nova Aetus Renaissance, which I've had for a long time, and I just got this itch the other day to get it out, and we got it out, and we played. I think we're on the third scenario here, and the game is really cool. So if you haven't checked this game out, you should really check it out. It comes with these like little 3D buildings that go on here and kind of get rearranged in different formations depending on what the scenario is, and just a really cool game. We've been through Gloomhaven, and I would say it's tough. Maybe because we played Gloomhaven, we got burned out. But I would say this game's a little bit better than Gloomhaven. And that's just because it's shorter. It's not as long as Gloomhaven is. But the scenarios are more interesting. One of them was combat. And then one of them was, we had this, I won't spoil it for you if you're going to play it. We had this task we had to complete while we were chasing these bad guys around. This one, we're chasing a guy into a marketplace and trying to figure out who he is. And we actually haven't even played the scenario yet. We just set it up. So we don't really know how we're supposed to figure out which one of these guys is the bad guy. But just really interesting scenarios that are more than just combat. I felt like Gloomhaven was just combat, 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 every scenario. And occasionally there would be something that was a little bit different. But mostly it was just combat. And so this game's been a ton of fun. The only thing I don't like about the game is the overworld travel is a little lacking. There's not a lot that goes on. It goes really fast, and there's just a little deck of travel cards, and so I'm assuming you're going to start seeing the same ones as you play. But the overworld travel is not that great. But the scenario gameplay is really cool. So anyway, we're not talking about games today. So let me see. I'm going to title this video probably something about parenting, and let me tell you why. And if you're watching this video thinking I have the answer to all parenting, you better just turn it off, because I don't have all the answers. In fact, what this video is about is me discovering that I thought I had the answers, but I don't, it turns out. So I think back to when I was a youth when parenting my children. I think back to what would I would have hoped someone would have told me when I was a kid, and then I go from there. And so I figure if I treat you that way and explain to you everything, just lay it all out. Here's the explanation on why I'm doing this, or why I think you should do this, or why I think you should not do this. And in my mind, I just figured, I'm going to explain this to you in the most logical way that there's no way you can misunderstand. There's no way you will not do what I'm saying, because I'm going to tell you what to do and exactly why. But before I do that, I'm going to make sure you understand that you are my number one priority, that I love you, that I care about you. And the reason why I want you to do hard things, and I want you to avoid fun, pleasurable things that could be destructive, because I care about you. I want them to understand that. And I hope they do. I hope they understand that. And so, again, thorough explanations. The children have complained that sometimes my explanations are too long. I don't think they are, but they said they're too long. And so I've tried to shorten them up, tried to abbreviate them a little bit. And I just figure I'm going to lay this out for you, and you're just going to totally understand. It's going to be so logical and easy to grasp that there's no way you can misunderstand. Well, the truth is, they kind of just go do whatever they want. And even when I'm talking to them and they're sitting there thinking, man, Dad, that's a really good point that you make, and I can really see why that would be beneficial and why I should do that. But then they leave the conversation and do their own thing anyway. I don't really care what I say. And so just for context, so I have a senior in high school, We have 5 children. I have a senior in high school. I have a freshman in high school. I have a middle schooler. And we have twins at the end that are in, what grade? Second grade, maybe? Second, third grade? Something like that. And so we have quite the spread. And all the way up to the high schooler, which you would think both high schoolers should be able to understand what I'm saying and apply it to their life and think, man, I'm really going to be a better person because I'm going to do this thing. And it turns out that I have a lot less influence on my kids than I thought I did. And that's been kind of a tough pill to swallow for me because I figured that I'm going to make these kids, I'm going to hand them all these great truths that I've learned over the years, and they're just going to transform and skip all those mistakes and stages that I had to make to figure these things out. Turns out they don't want to be given the tools. They want to figure the tools out for themselves. And so it's been pretty difficult for me, and it's been a couple of days really thinking about my role as a parent and what that means. And I had the thought come to me that, number one, I hope they understand that I love them and care about them. And I hope that they trust me. I think they trust me. Maybe I should ask them. Maybe they don't. Maybe they think, this guy's crazy. I'm not going to believe a word he says. I don't know. But I would hope that they would trust me as a parent, that I would have their best interests at heart. And so with that said, why would you not listen to somebody that you loved and trusted and was giving you tools for life to make you a better person? Why would you not listen? And the thought occurred to me, what about me? Do I do that? Are there people that I love, that I trust, whether it's people you look up to or an elder in your family, an older parent or grandparent in your family, or even a deity that you look up to and trust and love? And I thought to myself, you know what? There are things that I do or don't do that go against those individuals that I love and trust, and believe that their advice for me is the best for me. So it turns out I cannot force my children to change. And I think my parenting is going to be adjusted a little bit, and I'm going to back off a little bit on dad's rules and regulations, because I found it just makes a strain in our relationship. It makes me stressed because they're not following the rules. I'm giving you all these rules. It's going to make your life great, and you're not following the rules. And they get strained because they feel like, Dad, I care about you, but I don't really want to do that because it's not very fun. I want to do the fun thing, or I want to avoid the uncomfortable thing. And maybe this is something that they just have to figure out on their own. And I should just lead by example, teach them true principles, and let them make their own decisions. But setting that aside, not to be selfish and make this video about me, but what about me? What about me? Are there things that I do because my favorite excuse from the kids is I want to, or I don't want to. That's the reason why they don't do it, because they don't want to. Okay, you don't have the desire to, or you do something and start going down a path that you feel like that's going to lead you to a bad end. You don't want to go that way, but they're going that way because they want to. How many things do I do that I probably shouldn't because I want to? How many things do I avoid because it makes me uncomfortable and I don't want to, even though I know it will benefit my life? I know because people I love and trust have told me, and I've seen it in the lives of other people. Let me give you a perfect example. Getting sleep at night, saving money, brushing your teeth. I brush my teeth. I do brush my teeth. I don't always floss. I probably should do that. But these things that we know we should do, but it's making me uncomfortable. Or there's other things that we do all the time. Games are great. And I love to play games. My wife claims I'm obsessed, but I don't know about that. I don't know. But let's just say in a fictitious world I was obsessed. I'm not, but let's just say I was. What if I was neglecting duties that would benefit me and my family and those I care about because I played so many games? That would kind of take the fun away from me. That would take the joy out of it if I knew there were things that I had to do, responsibilities that I was neglecting because I was playing games all the time. I love to play games, and it's great fun as long as the important things are getting done first. So, guys, ask yourselves, are there people that you look up to, people or a deity that you love, that you trust, that's giving you perfect, sound advice that you know is beneficial? You've even seen it in the lives of the people who have put it into practice. It's benefited them, but you're neglecting that because you don't want to. Maybe I'm still just a child. Maybe I still haven't figured it all out yet. And here I'm trying so hard to force principles onto my children when it's stuff that maybe I haven't figured out yet. So think about that next time, guys. There's something that you know you should do, but maybe it makes you uncomfortable. Maybe it stretches you a little bit. Think about something that you're doing that you know you should not do, but you're doing it because it's enjoyable, because it's fun. But this enjoyment is taking away from things that matter more. Games are fun, guys, and I will probably never stop playing games. I will always be playing a game, and that's how people are starting to come to know me, my friends and family, that he's the gamer. I hope that's a good phrase to put on me and not a bad one, but I think it's good. I like it. I won't ever stop playing games, but it's time for me to step back and think, am I doing things that I know I should do? Am I following the good, sound advice of other people? I really hope you guys are playing games and having a good time. If you're stressed out, working too hard, take a break, play a game, do something fun. But make sure that you're not neglecting things that will make your life better. Because in the end, it doesn't matter how many games we played, it matters what kind of hero you have become. And we can all do that if we make small, simple changes in our lives. I know it can be done. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys take care. Play games. Be heroes.